Hey, what's going on, guys? Sean or Mustang09 bringing you a new video, and today we're back working on my truck. I promised you guys a truck video, so here it is. This is my 2017 F250, also known as the Beast 17, and today we have two mods for you. One's kind of small and the other one is a good one. I think you guys will like it. It is the HS Motorsports fuel filter. What do they call it? I keep messing this one up. It's the HS Motorsports fuel filter conversion kit, so that you can use a Baldwin filters for your fuel filter instead of this plastic stock one, where this one has the potential to snap off and break and leak and cause damage to your truck. You don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and do our frame mounted fuel filter, and then we're going to also install this, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this one a little more in depth, since we haven't done that before. If you're just doing a standard fuel filter swap on this truck, I'll link it in the video. I've already done this before and walked you guys through it, so I'll show you that. Alrighty guys, for this install we used the needle nose pliers, something to cut the hose with, 4.5, and then an 8mm Allen, 9/16, 7/16, a crescent, and then I used an 8mm with an extension on my impact, which you can totally use a ratchet, and it's super simple. Also, don't forget a little bit of oil for the top of the filter, and that is it for the install of the HS Motorsports fuel filter conversion kit. For the time being, I'm going to go underneath the truck, swap out this frame mounted fuel filter. We'll time lapse that or fast forward, I don't know, and get that one knocked out so that we can get to installing and building the HS Motorsports one. Oh, the second mod that we're going to be doing is this McGuard tailgate lock. I'll go into detail on that here in just a minute and the reason why I got it. But yeah, that's later to come in this video. Yep. 52,762 miles. If you've watched my videos in the past, then you know how meticulous I am with keeping track of the maintenance items and the mods that I do to my vehicles. For instance, for this truck, I have this logbook right here. You go in here and look on January 30th at 23,735 miles. I actually did the fuel filter. It's been over a year and over 29,000 miles. Life gets busy. I have a wife and kid, full-time job, and I'm trying to modify my Mustang. So things happen. You forget some things, and I'm 6,000 miles over what I think my owner's book says to do the fuel filter. I think it's like 26,000 miles or something like that, which there was some discrepancy in one of the comments because another guy was like, "You're crazy. Mine says this, yours says that." And then it turns out there were different editions of the owner's manual. So I can only go off of what I have. I don't know what all the other owner's manuals say. But take a look at the filter. It's pretty dirty. But no big deal, no harm, no foul on going over a few miles. We do have our new filter here. We're gonna replace the gasket while we're at it, and we'll slap that back under the truck so that we can get to the HS Motorsports conversion kit. Now we're to the part of the video that you guys came to see, and that is the HS Motorsports fuel conversion kit. I do want to make note that this is not a sponsored video. I purchased this with my own money. These are my own thoughts and ideas. First off, the instructions. There are none. They just send you this little pamphlet and they tell you to go to a website, which is really cool. I'm down with that. Save the trees. And we go to their website and it's super clean, step-by-step, colored, detailed instructions, pictures you can zoom in on, all of that stuff. That's super good in my book. I do a lot of installs, as you guys know, because you watch this channel, and good instructions are key. And that's why I hope to help with instructions by making this and showing you guys the step-by-step and first-hand real-world experience. It says to go into the truck, disconnect the batteries, and unhook the fuel filter. We're going to jump past that and go ahead to building this block right here. There are a few components that they send in the kit that you have to put together and assemble before that can go into the truck. So we'll take care of that now. You're going to want to take your main block here from HSM Motorsports where it's legible, and then you're going to flip it and notice 3 ports on the front. The far left port is going to be just a plug. The middle port is your smaller diameter, and then the third port is your larger diameter. And one thing to make note of is these are ORB plugs, which means they have an O-ring on them, so you don't have to use thread sealant, and you should not use thread sealant on these parts. This is an 8mm Allen wrench. I actually don't have a wrench big enough to fit that, so I got to use a crescent. And then the larger port on the outside. The glare on this is crazy. It's all billet aluminum. It's really nice stuff. And there you have it. You have your plug, smaller port, and larger port. Okay, if we rotate this piece, you'll notice two smaller ports here. The front port is if you have a 2017 F250 or up like me, you're going to use this 90-degree fitting here. And just like that, it's in. And then we're going to use a smaller plug to go in right beside it. This plug here looks to be a 4.5 millimeter Allen. So we will just tighten this guy down. And then you have your piece looking like this. And then in the rear, there are two more ports, and those will simply just be the ORB plugs right here. Back to our bigger Allen wrench. And just like that, guys, you have built the top piece of your HS Motorsports conversion kit. Now that your pretty billet aluminum piece is all built and finished, you can take your Baldwin filter and attach it. One thing I like to do, and it says in the instructions, is to put a little bit of engine oil on the gasket of the filter. That way it gets a good seal. And something I do is I just keep a little bit of oil in a water bottle, and I poke a tiny, tiny hole on the top there so that it can just come out very slowly. And for projects like this, I can just put a little oil on there and we're good to go. Little bit's all you need, and then we'll put this to that. And I would assume, much like an oil filter, you don't really need to crank down on it. Hand tight is good. Then they give you this little sleeve that you can put around it. At first I got excited because I thought it was a koozie. It's not a koozie. And there we have it, our completed HS Motorsports conversion kit, all built out and complete. Now it's time to head to the front of the truck and install this. When you're leveled on 37s, the truck tends to get pretty tall. I'm 6'1", and it's still quite a reach. So having this bench is amazing. I'll put a link in the description for it. It is an Amazon link and it helps your boy out, so I appreciate you guys using those. But yeah, let's get under the hood and install this filter. So underneath here, I have my rag or my towel shoved underneath these connections. You want to do that because you're going to have some spillage. It's going to be just a hair messy, so you want to make sure you have the area covered just fine. This first tab, the brown tab, you simply separate from the bottom and the top and push away, and that reveals a button, and on that button you push and bring towards you. With the brown one out of the way, you can move to the blue one. There's a tab on the top right here and a tab on the bottom. Pull those and push, and you'll see the tab come out. And you can pull this away. Like so. With the blue out of the way, and there was some spillage on that one, you now have this red tab. Push those together, push down, and then you can disconnect that. Again, a little bit more spillage of the diesel fuel. With those disconnected, you're now going to take your filter, turn it counterclockwise, and there is fuel in here, so be careful when you go to pull this guy out. It goes counterclockwise, and then you can shimmy it up. I'm actually going to take my rag here, my towel, because it's coming out a little bit on that back one. Now I'm going to pull up and shimmy this guy out of here, trying not to spill too much. Now I'm just going to go back through here with my towel, my rag, or whatever you want to call this thing, my paper towel, and clean up wherever I see little wet spots from that diesel fuel. Get the old one out, the new one can now go in. Slide this guy down. It is a really snug fit. Okay guys, with the new fuel filter in place, we're going to put our blue line on first. Unlike the other one where the brown line was on first, this one is the blue line. So the blue line slides on. Or it should. Maybe today. Yep. So that's on good. Then we will take our red line Slide this guy on. Clip the clip. So now we have left the brown line, and this is a part that I feel like I should have done outside of the truck. You can see the little nipple back there, the little 90-degree angle, and that, my friends, is where this piece here goes on to. So now I have to thread this guy on back there. Definitely do this when it's out of the truck. I'm gonna make my life a little easier, guys, and unhook those other connections so that I can spin this so that I can get to this and tighten it down. Alrighty, with that tightened down, we're gonna hook our connections back up. This next part, guys, is a bit intimidating. It's a little bit tricky. We have to cut this off. So you have a rubber hose here, and you have this fitting inside of here. So we're gonna go just past that, 3-4 inches, and we're gonna cut this hose. We're gonna get it as straight as we can. I don't have hose cutters, so these will have to do the trick. Oh, don't fall. Saved you. So I have my clamp slid into place so that I can route this in here. Sorry guys, it's tight quarters to film in. Back over here. Okay, just give it a little test pull, and with that on, we're done. So we have our clamp right here. It goes into our new hose that goes into our little 90 fitting. All of our plugs are on strong, and as we mentioned before, we ditched the brown one, so that replaces this. Now it's time to prime the system and see if the truck starts without any leaks. Alrighty guys, so we have cycled it like 3 times now to let it prime. I'm gonna cut it off, and then we're gonna turn it on, and it should start right up. Now let's go check under the hood for any leaks or anything. It's looking good, I'm not seeing any leaks. I think we successfully installed it, boys. Alrighty guys, of course I can't forget to add this into my book. It was on 224, 52,762 miles, and then I just looked up the price. I paid $144 for that filter conversion kit from Stage 3 Motorsports, and then I put the Baldwin filter. If you guys would be interested in me making my own books like this with my logo on the front, I think that could be super cool and something I could sell, and it would benefit you guys so that you guys too can keep track of everything. It's real simple. It's just the date, the miles, how much I spent, and then the gallons. Or if it's something else like the def or an oil change, or for instance this filter, I always add it in. And I have pages and pages of this stuff, mostly because I have a small fuel tank, so I'm filling up all the time. But I try and keep everything in here. You can see tire balance and rotation there. So yeah, if you'd be interested, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll work on getting some of these made up so that we can sell them. I hate to be such a tease, but the second mod, that McGuard tailgate lock, it's gonna have to wait to be a video on its own because it's getting dark out. I'm trying to film this after work so I can get some content out for you guys. I promised you a truck video, and I'm delivering. So you'll have a second truck video this week of the McGuard tailgate lock install. So bear with me. I'll get it on, and I'll bring you guys that video. But thank you so much for watching this one and the next one, because I know you will. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. All my social media stuff is down below. I love chatting with you guys and hanging out. So shoot me messages, tag me and stuff. I love seeing your trucks, and we'll see you boys back here next time. Take it easy. Peace.